Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Guys, this is era of microservices, and a lot of companies uses Kubernetes cluster and also uses GKE cluster because I found GCP and GKE cluster is very cost effective. In this video, we are going to discuss regarding the cost, how we can reduce our GKE costs, and how we can also reduce our cloud costs. Right. So, guys, first of all, let's see that I have three node cluster spin up, and let me show you this part. If I navigate to this section, usually what I found over the years of experience that in at least dev, QA, and staging environment, we have a lot of costs regarding the logging of our containers, right? If you scroll it down, you see this is the system workload, and we need to first of all get rid of this existing feature by default enabled in GKE. What we are going to do, we are going to, disable this option, and we are going to use our own logging system. I'm going to give you a hint that we are going to use the Grafana Loki, and we are going to simply import the dashboards. And you will, by applying this architecture, you just need to simply watch the video till end, and I guarantee you, uh, from the logging perspective, you will save thousands of dollars. So let's begin. So guys, what I'm going to do, I can use the edit button and disable the logging as well. And if you want to use CLI part, definitely you can use these command gcloud config set, and you need to provide and the cluster name, and you need to set the logging to none. So it's totally up to you what method you want to prefer regarding the disabling of logging. So as this is the demo, we are going to do quick way, and simply I'm going to click this guy, and I'm going to click on save changes. So changes will affect immediately in a way that you see it is, the circle rotates, but your cluster will show you that it will take some time. And let's see. So if I navigate to the cluster, you see status is in updating states. Till then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this cluster in my lens. So let me click here, right? Gcloud auth login dash dash no dash launch browser. Okay, it should be Gcloud, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply click this guy and paste it here. So I'm going to allow the gcloud SDK, and I'm going to copy this code, right, and paste it here. Okay, and okay, let it finish. So excuse me. I've already logged into my CLI from the container as well, and activated this cluster. So okay, get nodes. I should be able to see three nodes, right? So just wait for a while. Okay, let me again click it. Okay, seems to be cluster is in updating state. So that's why you're unable to access. But what I need to do, I need to bring the config here, right? So let's do that. You config to /mnp config as this is mounted outside and I should be able to see config here, right? So as this is a sandbox environment, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply copy this guy and let's navigate to my container and I'm going to open Lens here. Although I've Lens outside my in my desktop, but I'm opening this Lens in this Chasm desktop. I've installed it, so let this cluster bring here. I do have the KNS as well. So once the cluster is updated, guys, we should be able to see our nodes. So if I do K nodes, you see cluster is in updating process. So it is unable to, fetch um, the stuff, right? So first of all, I'm going to maximize this guy. A little bit of lag, guys, you're watching or seeing or reading is because of the, I'm creating and it is actually just slowing down my, video. So yeah, I do have previously cluster. I'm going to get rid of that. So let's try to connect and let's see. And I should be able to get nodes as well. Let's see, seems like the cluster is updated and our update process regarding the logs has finished. So if I navigate back to the section, and to refresh, you see we are updated regarding the disabling of logs. Now, what you need to do, you need to simply clone this repo. As this is the quick demo, guys, I just need to, build your understanding. So I'm going to simply clone it with SSH because I do have my keys. You need to simply clone with HTTPS. So if I do ls here, I'm going to remove this config as is mounted outside. Simply, I'm going to clone this guy, and it is going to be available on my, desktop. So I have to remove the typo, and it is going to be available. So what I'm going to do, let me show you the stuff from the lens as well. So if I navigate to workloads, we have all the basic stuff running. So if I do ls here, Grafana Loki, right? So what you need to do, simply run this particular command. So I do have tested regarding this stuff in Docker Compose as well. If you want to do that, you can do that. And what we are going to do here, we are going to, focus on Kubernetes and cost reduction. So I'm going to give a quick demo regarding that. I'm quickly pasting these commands, but I do already have this repo, already installed. I mean, so in my local. So what I'm going to do, I do have this file updated. You don't need to do that. So simply what you need to do, simply copy this guy. If you use this command, it is going to override the existing value. So let me show you these values as well. So these are the values, right? And simply I'm going to, first of all, let's see, run this command. It will show us all the versions. So I'm going to install this version 2.10.2. What it does, it is going to create a namespace, right? Right. Let me show you this part as well. And we are going to witness that in the lens. So Grafana Loki. So you see, it is installing the stack along with the Grafana as well, right? And I'm going to till then install a simple application. So let me first of all log into my container again in the next step. The for exec interactive shell as a root I want, right? And I'm going to use the sandbox, right? Sudo su. So here run pod because we are going to run a simple pod here. So let's say ifgt run. Let's say I'm going to run nginx, right? Nginx dash dash image is gonna be nginx. Let's say small image. Uh, yeah, in namespace default, although it is not required to mention this, but we are going to run this in the default namespace. So if I navigate to this section, also I'm going to use open my default. You see our nginx is also spin up. So guys, if you navigate to this section, right? I mean in the repository, and if you scroll it down, so you will see a lot of stuff, but we are going to quickly, use the stuff regarding the, Grafana dashboard. So I've added one stuff here. I'm not going to cover all the stuff. You can read it and try different stuff. But best for application logs, I find this, built-in dashboard where you don't have to do anything. So if I navigate, if I scroll it down, click services, right, and click this Loki Grafana. And further, let me show you this part. I'm not covering all the Loki stack values. It's pretty self-explanatory, and other stuff is already there. Prometheus file, bit and log stash. Definitely, it is going to increase the size of the video. So I'm not covering that. I mean, you can simply do that, but this is a general video. I'm, creating for you guys to make sure that how you can reduce tremendous amount of cost which we actually spend in our that Q environment or cloud environment. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to click this Loki Grafana. I'm going to do port forwarding here. So what it does, it is going to open this in my container browser, and I'm going to use the username as the username of password is not going to accept the admin because is going to store is actually in the secrets. So if I click this guy, if you have Grafana, you can simply use, as a, port lobby as well. You see, as a as a data source, right? You don't need to install Grafana. So this is the fresh cluster. That's why we are using it. So simply click config, click config secrets, and this is the Grafana, and you will just need to scroll it down. You will see this is the base 64 version, and we need the actual, decoded version of base 64. I'm going to copy this guy. I'm going to replace this with this one. All right, so I'm going to say, click this guy, and also I'm going to, as a data source, guys, as I discussed, if you have already Grafana in your, I mean, environment, simply you need to add this Loki as a data source. But this is a fresh one, that's why we are doing all the stuff fresh. So I'm going to click import dashboards. What you need to do, either you can put the ID of this 15141 or simply for this URL, right? So you need to click load, and what you need to do, you need to click this guy, click this data source Loki, right? So click import, and this dashboard is going to be available with all the log stuff. But let's say we have all the stuff regarding our logs are available. We want to see specific namespace log or our application log. So we have deployed the Nginx application. What I'm going to do, I'm going to only select this default namespace, right? Click this guy, and I'm only interested in these namespace logging. So you see all the stuff regarding the Nginx is already available. And if you want to see different container logs, like, different power logs, you can simply narrow it down to this as well. So let's have one more example. I'm going to also deploy Redis here, and Redis and image is gonna be uh, Redis, right, in the default namespace. If you have different namespace, you need to provide that namespace, right? So let's try to run that guy, and Redis is going to be available, right? So if I scroll it up, you will see Redis is now available, and I'm going to remove the other stuff you see. So we have our new application. Let's see, do we able to see the logs of that application? So scroll it down. I just want to see the logs of Redis. And we need to wait for a while, and by doing this, we should be able to see all the logs in the default namespace. You see Redis is now available, and definitely if I just want to see the logs related to Redis, these should be available here. But we are able to see the logs regarding the Redis as well. So let me simply click this guy, and I wanna see the log of last 5 minutes. You see. The Redis applications logs are now, visible port 679, right? And definitely, I think I should be able to see Redis here. Anyway, you can refresh, but the point is that your application logs, and you can simply do queries as well from this stuff, and you can share this with your developer. And you see that I found the Redis now, you see. And I'm only able to see my logs, and able to see the stuff that I need to look in my application. And definitely, if you can do queries as well regarding the search queries as well. So that is it, guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day. Thank you.